proud to be associated with Youth Aliyah. I'm proud to be your world patron. I've always felt that Youth Aliyah is one of the greatest creative undertakings in history, significant beyond the borders of Israel. For more than a quarter of a century, this unique movement has offered a warm welcome to thousands upon thousands of children in need of love and acceptance. Many of these children have come and are coming from countries where it is impossible for them to look forward to a happy, normal life. In Israel, the impossible is being accomplished. Love has restored and continues to restore them mentally, emotionally, and physically. I always marvel at what has already been done. I know that many problems remain to be solved. The future is always a challenge. And one problem which Israel faces today is not only the integration of new children coming to our borders, but the full absorption of those already in the land. This is the story of how one boy, one future citizen of Israel, was redeemed. The story of
Now, with the rising dawn, the animals begin to stir, and the morning opens. Here a figure moves from shed to barn, the first chores. There someone draws kerosene for the heater in his room, to remove the chill of the receding darkness. A man readies his truck for the haul to the city. Others, neighbors, chaverim, at sea all night, have not yet slept, and it's good to feel the warmth of the awakening day. So the mornings come to Maagan Michael. Maagan Michael, a fishing kibbutz on the coastal plain of Israel, with good lands too, for wheat, bananas, cotton, corn, oranges, all grown here and farmed by members of the kibbutz. Part of the harvest goes off in the little cart each day to the children's houses, the fruits and the vegetables, and with these, of course, fresh milk from the dairy and delicious fresh eggs. Everywhere throughout the kibbutz, and soon in all the rooms, a wondrous profusion of April flowers. Beyond the buildings, the fish ponds, especially stocked for the markets in the cities, carp mainly. Beyond the ponds, the sea, and on it somewhere this morning, the fishing trawler and the fishermen of Maagan Michael. Stretch, bend, good, there's breakfast waiting for everyone. But loveliest of all things awaiting them is the long spring day. On such a day, Ami arrived. The school principal, Monya, was waiting at the bus stop to welcome him. What he would be like, this new boy from Youth Aliyah, how he would develop, that, of course, was the exciting unknown. The exciting unknown of all Youth Aliyah children, what they might become, with help. All the children in the group into which Ami would now be entering. Nothing formal about the introductions, everyone knew of his coming, and for the present he could sit over there. This would be his teacher. This would be his classroom. These his classmates. Everything strange, everything new, even seemingly a little hostile. Where's that jackknife? Always a good idea to get your initials carved first thing. Let him see, who cares? Let him get mad, that's nothing new. Funny, he's not mad. Recess time. The usual things of recess time: games, stretch out on the lawn, talk, find a quiet corner and get a bit more read on that book you started. Maybe toss a ball. And a good chance to get to know a new boy. Help to make him feel a part of the whole group. But what if he doesn't want to be? What if he seems to resent even the effort to be friendly? Maagan Michael. Home. Maybe. Let's see what home looks like. Usual enough. Kids. Kids everywhere. Hey, that's a bit different. A sort of ship. Well, this is a fishing kibbutz. The sea's part of the place. Why not? Mast? Flags? Turn the wheel, the whole ship turns. Nice. Hey, now there's something. Just standing there like that. What are they anyway? How strange. All those cuts in it. They must be words. Do you know what it says? And there suddenly stood Alicia. All right, I'll read it to you. It says, Emperor Caesar, Marcus Aurelius Antonino, the pious one, the great conqueror, 18th time tribune, 4th time consul, and proconsul. 1800 years ago, it was a milestone between Caesarea and Dor, just about here. That was Ami's first meeting with this man who could read strange cuts in stone. The others had already returned to the classroom, and the zoology lesson had begun. Subject, fish of the Red Sea. Alicia explained if Ami was late getting back, the fault was not the boys. And with a lehitraot, see you again, he was gone. Well, initials still to finish. But maybe not. In stone would be better. Then they'd last. In the days that followed, Ami remained with his group. Often after class, he would walk out to the seashore with the others, but he would not join them. Why he bothered to come at all was beyond some. But no time to worry about that. Not with rowing practice for the coming races. I'll let them go. It's probably not much fun anyway. No fun rowing. Who cares? Most of the time, he remained by himself. Occasionally, he would pause to watch the younger kibbutz children as they played. Occasionally retrieve a runaway boat. Then he would move on. At least once each day, in the late afternoon generally, his steps would lead him past Alicia's quarters. He had now met Aviva and their young son Yaakov, and usually at this hour he could find them out on the front stoop playing with the baby. Ami seemed to enjoy those few minutes with this family, but soon he would walk off by himself. And in the glorious spring evenings, when it seemed that all living things must surely be out of doors, Ami was not to be seen. If someone asked for him, as often the others did, it was always the same answer. Ami's gone to bed. Ami's asleep. And if they came to get him, as often they did, Ami was indeed asleep. The day the first poster went up announcing the boat race was in many ways memorable. Would Ami be rowing for the Youth Aliyah team? Oh, no. He'd never be good enough. Well, there are other things. And that day, Elisha introduced him to a new word and a new world, archaeology. Encased in centuries of sea matter, unmoved from the ocean bed until the nets of the fishermen drew them in, the vessels and jars in the Maagan Michael museum. Each item a treasure that the sea finally released. An ancient Greek warrior matching the shards of a broken vessel in the small workshop of the Marine Museum. Shula, Elisha's assistant. Patiently, painstakingly, each piece is matched. The reward, an ancient piece of pottery, is restored. More of the missing pieces. Would Ami like to try? That's what it is, trial and error. But finally they fall into place. Good. Now then, if Ami would just wait here, the assistant could do with an assistant, he'd be back. The meeting of the Committee on Adoptions had already begun when Elisha arrived. Their job was to arrange for the attachment of every Youth Aliyah child to a foster family on the kibbutz for the period of his stay, a year, 2, 4, and to review the progress of the children. David, Central European, brought here through Youth Aliyah so that his father and mother might be able to concentrate on their own re-establishment before bringing him home again to Saturday. Fully integrated into the life and activities of the community. Schoolwork, good. Summation, excellent. The banana plantation's the place to find Aaron. 2 years here with Youth Aliyah. Aaron, city bred, but a natural farmer. Studies fair, summation good. Shula, Western European. Father, mother, 7 children, emigrated to Israel 3 years ago. In economic difficulties, parents asked Youth Aliyah assistance in the matter of Shula's education and upbringing. Summation, very good. Aviva, North African, broken home, beginning successfully to overcome her problems. Perceptible improvement in attitude and interests. Summation, good. And now this boy, Ami. Complicated. A difficult boy. if we could only get through to him. Background, his home, Nazareth, the streets of Nazareth. Yet often he could be seen wandering across the quiet countryside on its outskirts. Occasionally in trouble. Family moved to Nazareth shortly before father died. Ami then 7 years old. Mother works. When she came to Youth Aliyah, the mother said, Ami just didn't seem to care about anything, even about himself. Well, maybe he could be made to. Maybe someone just had to care enough about him. Elisha would adopt Ami. For Ami, this had been a day of great discovery, the excitement of discovering an ancient world. But to him, being told that while on the kibbutz he would be a member of Elisha's family, no news could have been more wonderful. And although she made no comment on it, even Shula sensed that. Ami looked forward to his hours with the family. Often he looked through Elisha's books on archaeology, or Elisha would tell him marvelous tales of archaeological digs and finds, or he would play with Yaakov. And it was good, each evening after coffee, when it was time to leave for his own room, to be walked by the family to his quarters, his family, to enjoy the calm, unhurried stroll. He loved little Yaakov, and Yaakov insisted on being carried part way on Ami's shoulders. And it was good, too, to feel that he was starting to make friends with those of his own group. And surprising to him, he was being accepted. Living and working as part of the group and the community, the days began to take on meaning for Ami. Always new things to learn, many new things to look forward to. And for the first time, the days began to be fun. Dawn, well before the kibbutz begins to stir. The lone figure of a boy rowing on the fish pond. With the growing light, time to head for shore. Luck, 15, 20 more minutes of sleep, perhaps. And totally unobserved, perhaps. Shabbat, a day for exploration at Caesarea, at Tantura, or right at home at Maagan Michael. Under Elisha's careful instructions where to look, where something might possibly be found, Shula and Ami would help in the search, and there was always something to come away with. Each time they went out, Ami's hopes would rise. Shula was always finding something. And of course, Elisha's sense of just the place to search was absolutely amazing. But perhaps this day, he would make the important find. But as ever, nothing. And when Alicia would say good-naturedly, "Better luck next time," Ami was never sure whether he was being encouraged or taunted. The day of the races. Everybody out to watch and to cheer. And a perfect day for it. The prize for the winning team, a week at sea on the Maagan Michael fishing trawler. But where is Moshe? They twist an ankle on the way down here. And even worse, no replacement. But there is. Ami. All right, no time now. Let's move. Into place, Ami. Time to begin. Everybody ready?
Ikon lezino, kadima, ho, via, usha, via,
A sweet, clean victory for the team, for every member on it. They had worked hard, they had worked long, and now the prize was theirs. But for no one did the victory have more meaning than for Ami and his family at Maagan Michael. Preparations. Nets to mend and care for. They'd be working as fishermen. A good fisherman must know his knots. If you tie them right, they work. Navigation, map reading, compass reading, lectures on the many aspects of life and work on a fishing trawler. And finally, the glorious week at sea. Lines out, nets out, the excitement of each catch. The fascination of the work itself. The work by which all at Maagan Michael lived, the base of its existence. And if Ami occasionally thought that shoveling fish was not that rewarding, with this day he would never think so again. Finally, he had found his treasure. But Ami, the boy from Youth Aliyah, had found other things as well at Maagan Michael. He had found friends. He had found a sense of purpose. In charting the course of his own future life, he had found warm, sympathetic guidance, and a place to which he might always turn, no matter in which directions of work and living he might ultimately go. He had found new horizons and exciting ones, and new vistas for his eyes and mind to scan. But more important than these, Ami, the boy from Youth Aliyah, had finally found himself. And this, he would one day know, would be his greatest treasure.